Hi everyone, welcome back to another very exciting Jailbreak video, and today we'll be talking about this new Parisian car in Jailbreak. So this is a limited time car, which means that it will only be available for about 3 days. And here's what it looks like. So I bought it the moment it came into game, and we're gonna go through some tests, and then you can decide for yourself if it's worth it. So I came to the car, and now it was time to purchase the car. And I did that. And let's take it for a first spin. And it seems good. Yep, the acceleration is good. Not as fast as Roadster, but still good. And it's time to put it to test. So we'll be competing it against some other cars in the same sort of price range and league. So one of the good contender against this car would be Eclair, because it's available, you can still buy it, it's not limited, and it's available for 200,000 cheaper. So we'll see how it can compete against this. And just for some fun, we'll also throw in a Javelin into the race. Here we go. So the race is between 3 different cars. On the left we have Javelin, in the center we have the new Parisian car, and then on the right we have Eclair. All 3 cars have very similar acceleration. As you can see, they're going at the same speed. And I bumped a little bit here with the Javelin, but it's just for fun, so I included the clip anyway. So you can see that the new car is competing very good with Eclair, but Eclair is really good in a sense that it's 200,000 cheaper, and you can see that it's like almost same speed. Now only a place where this new car can beat Eclair is where you exceed the like final limit of the car, where the new car can like go to 280 miles, where Eclair would sort of hover around 265 miles. And let's also test the reverse speed. Let's test it against only the Eclair. Again, here you can see that both cars have similar acceleration in reverse and the same speed. So it's very similar to what we have in Eclair. And finally, let's go through some off-roading testing. Good off-roading is really important, because often when I go to museum, I just use this sort of track here to go to museum. And what I do is just drive up to this sort of hill, and if a car is able to go through this area, then I think it's good enough for off-roading. So you can see Eclair has no problem going through this region. And let's go back down there. Now there's also a different place where I usually go up to museum if I don't have a flying vehicle like a cell or a drone or something like that. So you can see that Eclair has a bit of problem here. You can't just drive straight onto the track. You have to sort of go in a curve, and then you can just climb up the hill with no problems. And let's just go through this second hill again here. But you can see that the engines on this car is good enough for climbing up through these hills. And now let's just spawn the new Parisian car, and let's go back down there and see how it performs in this test. I think it should be very similar, because the rest of the specs were very similar. Whoops. Okay, so that guy just like bumped into my car and pretended like nothing happened and left the scene. Alright, back to our testing. So you can see Parisian is doing a bit better, because it was able to go through the tracks very easily, sort of in a straight line. And let's see if we can climb up through this second mountain. Yep, no problems. Very similar performance. Now, one thing that I don't like about this car is that the engine noise is like really loud, and it's a bit distracting, but it's subjective. Some people might like it, but to me it sounds more like a motorcycle. Alright, so you can see that again I was able to go straight through those tracks, and I didn't have any problems. I didn't need to curve the car. Both cars have similar suspension, so it's set to the highest I can set the vehicle to, and just like that I was able to get up here. So now that you've seen the test, this car performs very similar to Eclair, if you have that. And if we compare it to Roadster, Roadster still beats all of the cars in Jailbreak in acceleration, but then Roadster has a speed limit of 230 miles. If you're just moving around in the city, then I think Roadster is still the best car, and I still use it all the time. But just for fun, or if you want to race on tracks, then the new car can perform similar to Javelin in terms of speed, or Eclair. If you can get Javelin because it's retired, then you can get Eclair, and it should give you similar performance. So I think it's worth the money. It's a good car, not great. I was expecting a bit better car, because this car looks really good, but the performance isn't so great. in my opinion, it's worth it. If you can get it, I would recommend getting it. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about this new car? Do you like it, the looks of it, the performance? What do you think? I really want to see what people think about this car. And now it's time to wrap this video up. I hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, bye.